What's up everyone, GSmith624 here, coming at you with another monster of the day. Now before we get into the video, just a real quick note, most of the people watching this video aren't subscribed, and if you like my content, see what you're watching here, consider subscribing, and hitting that like button. Other than that though, let's hop into the video, shall we? Today we're going to talk about a CR5 creature you may not have heard of. It's one of the few Celestials that's one of this low on the list, and that is the Hollyphant. This small celestial is a lawful good little guy who are gentle, stalwart creatures native to the upper planes. Deities and angels tend to use these guys as messengers and helpers, and Hollyphants treasure friendship and honesty. To prove that, these little guys have pretty good intelligence and wisdom, so they have a decent chance of seeing through your lies. These little guys are also miniature elephants with luminous gold fur and small, rapidly fluttering wings that not only hold it aloft, but also propel it at a great speed. Although kind, a Hollyphant won't bear witness to any evil without punishment. Its pearlescent tusks are far from formidable, but it can unleash trumpet blasts from its trunk that can deafen creatures or engulf evildoers in radiant sparkles of positive energy. A Hollyphant is also blessed with powerful magic and to help it combat evil and protect its friends. Now, these things already sound terrifying without really getting into the stats. And now, mind you, this is a CR 5 creature before we keep going any further with this. Armor class 18, just natural armor. Pretty good. Only 36 hit points. That's not anything too crazy, but it's not too bad for a CR5 creature. Its speed, it's 20 feet of walking speed and 120 feet of fly speed. It has proficiency in 3 different saving throws and is resistant to any damage from a weapon that is non-magical. Then it's also immune to any type of poison. These things can talk in Celestial and have telepathy of 120 feet. Now, all that said, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of why this thing is terrifying. And that is its first ability, Aura of Invulnerability. Invisible aura forms at a 10-foot radius sphere around the Hollyphant for as long as it is alive. Any spell of 5th level or lower cast from outside the barrier can't affect creatures or objects within it, even if the spell is cast using a higher level spell slot. Yeah, you heard that right. This little guy makes anyone within a 10-foot radius of it immune to Fireball, Lightning Bolt, and all those other crazy spells. It completely shut down a Warlock, and will shut down a fair amount of your casters. These little guys by themselves can't do too much, but with an enemy at their side, they're pretty terrifying. Now, they also have some magic they can do. Their innate magic abilities that they also have. It gets a couple spells for free, twice a day. It gets Bless, Cure Wounds, Protection from Evil and Good. And then it also gets spells once a day. Banishment, Heal, Raise Dead, and Shape Change, and Teleport. With a no chance of air on the teleport. Now, one thing I need to make note of is the Aura of Invulnerability. The Hollyphant can stop or start concentrating on shutting off the aura. The aura itself is always going unless the Hollyphant is concentrating on it to drop it. So, it can cast or drop its aura, heal someone, then just stop concentrating and redeploy its aura. But here's what makes the Hollyphant, very deceiving. Because technically, this little guy is probably akin to a CR 8, 9, maybe even 10 creature. And that's because its shape change turns it into a mammoth with wings. Did you ever want to be terrified of a huge beast flying about with 120-foot fly speed? Well, don't worry, because the Hollyphant will do that for you. While in that form, it gets a +10 to hit on all of its melee attacks, and if it hits with its gore attack, it does 48 plus 7. 126 hit points, but its armor does drop down to 13. On top of that, it also has a stomp attack on a prone creature that does 40-10 plus 7. And if the mammoth moves in 20 feet in a straight line towards a creature and hits it with a gore attack, they have to make an 18 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Now here's what's terrifying about that. The Hollyphant can turn into one of those, except it's golden with wings. Meaning, they can fly 120 feet at someone and still get their trampling charge off. But it also has its little trumpet blast that it can do. The Hollyphant itself blows air through its trunk, creating a trumpet sound that can be heard out of range of 600 feet away. Then the trumpet makes a 30-foot cone where it's aiming its horn, and it gets one of the following effects. It gets either the trumpet of blasting and the trumpet of sparkles. Trumpet of blasting is nothing too crazy. It can hit anyone within that cone, and if they fail the save, which is 14 on a con save, they take 5d6 thunder damage and are deafened for a minute. On a successful save, they take half as much damage and aren't deafened. Now, the cool little thing about this trumpet blast, though, is it's a great siege weapon. And you may be asking, how does that make sense? Because any non-magical objects in the cone that aren't being held or worn take 35 10d6, or 10d6, whichever one you prefer, thunder damage. Yeah. It can do 10d6 of thunder damage to a wall. Granted, it only gets 3 trumpet blasts a day, so it's not going to be doing too much. But that's also reminding you that it can't be hit by 5th level or lower spells. Now, what also makes this a little terrifying, and also a little hilarious, is its second horn, the Trumpet of Sparkles. Creatures in that cone must make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, or they take 48 plus 4 radiant damage on a failed save, and they take half as much on a successful save. Now, here's the little thing about its sparkles. It coats the creature in sparkles, and it's one of the few attacks where alignment actually matters for your D&D character. 90% of the time, you can leave it blank. This one is one of the few times that a creature, it matters if you're evil or good. Because if you're evil, you have disadvantage on the saving throw. And if you're a good creature, though, in the cone, you take no damage. You heard that right, no damage. So, if you want to make a fight absolutely terrifying for your friends, next time you DM, consider giving a big bad a Hollyphant in the room. Maybe the Hollyphant doesn't know he's the big bad, and the big bad never commits any evil deeds in front of the Hollyphant. So they're the best of friends, as far as the Hollyphant knows. Because then, you shut down a lot of your spellcasters. Thank you, Baldur's Gate, for bringing back this holy abomination. That being said, though, I've been your host, GSmith64, and as always, I'll see you next time. Farewell.